I think it's all right. It's going all right. What's going on, JC Hazard? So I took this game of Solitude. I mean, not my bad. Fortress Flag. That you had. It looked like a pretty even. Looked like a pretty even bout in your stat wise. So the other team didn't really have any like pop off players. It didn't look like you guys had any like pop off players. So it looks like a pretty. It looks like a pretty good one to kind of like talk about. And I know a lot of people are having a problem with Fortress to begin with. So, what I'm gonna do since you're not here for me to ask you, like, what um, you kind of went through or what you were thinking about, I'm just gonna kind of watch like what you do, and then when you die, I'm going to show you what I would be doing as soon as I die, and then I'm gonna tell you what I would do the second you spawn too, so then that way you kind of have an understanding of like the way I see Halo, if that makes sense. So I hope this kind of makes sense. I'm really hoping I can get this uploaded to that private thing on YouTube so I can get you to watch this and then you'll have it too. But I'm not really gonna go over like strategy and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna kind of talk about that, but right now it's just kind of a development. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was what everyone was saying about shooting bots. It really does help. Just always make sure you're warmed up. 10, 15 minutes shooting bots in a free for all. That's just, kind of a standard thing. If you really want to get better, gun skill will carry you till at least mid tier diamond, before you have to like make sure you're hitting every shot. Like immaculate mechanics will get you into Onyx. Talking about hitting your G slides, hitting fives, stuff like that. That'll get you into Onyx. But that if you want to keep pushing past Onyx, you're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to really learn the game. So, and it helps knowing the game little by little as you go. But trying to get from platinum to diamond, like knowing the game a little bit, and then knowing how to hit your shots and stuff like that. So that's enough out of me for now. So, like I said, I'm gonna go through your lives. Off the start, it's always good to have a plan. It looks like you're in the one over here, one, two, third spot of a spawn. So in that third spot of the spawn, what I like to do is play for OS down the straight narrow path. I like to play like this wall right here, and then kind of like make sure that we get peak shots. This guy right here should be playing this ramp right here to ring 2 in order to look over for you. So this guy might actually be the one that gets the OS if you get like clogged up here. So that's what I would do from your spawn position right now. So let's see kind of what happens if this works. Yeah, okay. Okay. So that's exactly what happened. You played for OS. You were a little aggressive. I'm assuming you saw two people pushing for OS, and you were like, I have to go get this OS so they don't have it. Um, because that just my thought process of like what I see there is like I'm assuming you thought, oh, okay, there's two people coming. I need to go get this and I need to pop this real quick. It would have been much better for you to like stand at this doorway and fight that because like you see right here, your teammate is right here. So he would have been right there shooting down on him while they're trying to pop the OS and you get the kill. And if not, you're also in this doorway so you can put damage, you can back up and throw grenades as OS charges you if he does, and then this guy can drop down on him and maybe get the back smack. Okay, so in Death Cam, this is the fight I'm watching because I want to see what this guy does. Like I want to see how much damage he gets on the OS, and then I want to see like how far this OS does get, if that makes sense. So this is my main priority right now when it comes to like what I'm watching. So he's got the one kill. He got a beatdown on OS, and it looks like OS is going right down the gate. This is the point where I'd have it like angled toward the door. I can't really like rotate the camera angle for some reason. I'm not good enough at the theater mode yet to like kind of rotate camera angle. Oh yeah, I can. So I would be rotating. Oh my gosh, it's so slow. It's so slow. Why this is it so slow? Okay, so looks like you got a guy in sniper. And he pinged the OS. Good. So he pinged the OS and the sniper. But yeah, I'd be watching this guy with the bomb during your death cam. I would have rotated here to see that the OS has been burned. So I know off of spawn what to do. Okay, so off of spawn, right here out of your reticle, you got a teammate right here. You know, OS just died right here. We know that guy died there, and he's up on respawn, and you know you have a guy in snipe tower. So that's what you know off of spawn. I don't see where your other teammate is right now. I can't hit the back to see like if he was alive, but it looks like right now you've got a 3-on-3 for sure. Okay, so what I would be doing right now is pushing this middle of the map. Since I've got the teammate here, you can either push the middle of the map here, or you can start rotating over here. But it looks like he's in a gunfight already, so you can support him by going this way, or you can go for that. But my instinct would have been to grab the bomb and then rotate towards my teammate. So let's see if that's what you do here. Okay. So your teammate's not in that firefight anymore. You're gonna push it up the center. Okay. Okay. So I want to back that up just like a split second. Can I do that? No, that went all the way to this life. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, go through here.
Taken.
Go through here. Nice drip, by the way. Okay. So right here, okay, they see you juggling the bomb, so they know that you're here. So they know that you're here in the middle. So anyone on the other side can be looking directly at you in order to get those angles and stuff. And the way the spawns work on this map is it's all towards the back. So it's all like over here, it's all on the back wall, it's all over here, and then it's in the bottom. So like where you don't want to be unless you know you're safe is in the middle of the map right here. I'm not saying what you did was a bad play until here. Okay. Um, right here, you are down a shot, and this is what I was commenting on yesterday, is you're down a shot, you're going to drop the bomb, and you're going to try and ego this guy dead center. You haven't looked like to your left, you haven't looked like to your right, so you are just pure ego right now, messing this guy up. You should have dropped the bomb in this little corridor back where I had it froze the first time to challenge this if you needed to, because then you can back up and play this wall. And then the bomb's already in the middle of the map, so now you got to work on slays. So like your mindset right now should be getting kills, and I see that's where it's at, but you're dying for free here. So that's kind of my thought process. You're just dying for free here. Okay, so you got sniped from tower. So I mean that's kind of to be expected. So you were ego challenging this guy. You jumped out dead center of their courtyard and got sniped. And look, there's this guy right here too. So you were absolutely roasted. I understand the importance of trying to get the bomb on their side of the map, but now you're dead. They're 4 up, and they have the bomb, and you can't see where they are if they sneak plant the bomb. And it looks like your teammate even backed off ring 2 here. So now that I'm in death cam, I see that I got 4 people to call out. This is the point where I'm like looking at my teammates to see where I can support them. Oh no, this is them. This is them. This is your teammate here in snipe tower. So you know you got a teammate in snipe tower. They've got 1 on sniper. They've got 2 on sniper. Like I said, we already called them out. And your teammate right here is fighting. Looks like he's fighting for his life on bridge. If I just, yeah, he's completely fine. So your team's all spread around the map right now. Okay, so, but you're here in the middle. So now it's 4 on 3. So we know it's 4 on 3 off of spawn. You got that assist on that guy at the in the middle. Looks like the sniper picked him up. Sniper's missing some shots there, but you know the bomb's going bridge side. Okay. So you know the bomb's going bridge side. You know you have a teammate over here in the tower. You know you got teammates over here in this tower. Perfect. You got a teammate right in front of you. Perfect. Like right off the spawn, you're doing great. So what I would be doing here is I would be playing this little lane right here. So I'd be playing right here to this, all the way over to here to play these boxes since the bomb's right here. But I would mostly be standing at this angle because I'm cut off from the right sight lines here. So my right sight lines are covered if I'm playing in this little corner, this little nook or something. My right sight lines are cut off here, and my left should be clear because we just spawned here and my teammates are right in front of me. So I'd be playing from deep here, trying to figure out where they are on the map. We know there's a guy in Sniper Tower, so we don't want to expose ourselves for him to get some easy shots. And we know that other guy was in. I don't know if we saw him on the kill feed, but we know that guy was in snipe there. So that's what I would be doing right now. You play here, get some good angles. You played a little aggressive, but you can't see you until this window right here is where that guy in snipe tower can see you. So, and okay, we didn't look, but that's fine. We didn't get sniped, so it's cool. But just a little quick look over here. You can play this box to save yourself from this. So play this box over here, do a quick little look, make sure you're not going to get sniped in the face right after respawn, and then go from there. Going full aggressive with it, just fine. Pushing up with your teammate. Okay, play this little wedge here. Go to armory. Sweet. All right. Okay. Aggressive push. You got a lot of ball time. It's really good. It's a really good aggressive push. You got a lot of ball time. I probably would have stayed in the armory just a little bit longer to make sure I got a kill or two, to make sure I wasn't fighting 4-on-4. I wasn't really watching the kill feed on that. I'm just kind of like watching how you're doing, but depending on what the kill feed looked like, if we were up, looks like they're 3 dead now, so that's you guys a guaranteed bomb plant, and you did a lot of the work getting it. So like, good job. Good live there on the corner. You were one shot in probably a very easily nadeable area. So, good job. But like I said, I would have stayed alive in the armory just a little bit longer before I kind of rushed in there because it looked like your teammate had taken a lot of damage too, and you needed him for the fight. So, and he bailed out bottom mid, and then he rotated back around and got these damage and stuff like that. But other than that, it was a great push. You did really good by rotating over to armory. You pushed with your teammate. Just as soon as those guys popped up in that little snipe corner, you're in their armory, so they're all over there. So just a nice, steady, even push with your teammate, and you could have easily kind of wiped the whole team, kind of like you did. Looks like you got help from your teammates over here to the right. If I kind of look, I'm betting. I don't know what this guy over here is doing. Like, you guys are playing the bomb. This guy's in your base. Yeah, looks like exactly. So your teammates, looks like they were up and above, and then they dropped down, and they kind of helped you out with the kills over here. So, perfect. So now you're on respawn. It's going to the middle of the map. You got 2 teammates over here. They're trying to work on the spawns. Looks like one of your teammates died here. Your teammate right now is pushing on the map. You need to be getting angles right now. Okay, got an angle. Push them into their armory. Okay, just real quick. You don't know what's behind you right now. You went from ring 2 to their armory, and you don't know what's behind you right now. You didn't even check like that left-hand side or anything like that. And right now would be the perfect time to check that left-hand side because you're completely blocked from like all of this if you play this little corner here. But you had a good push. You went with your teammate. Your teammate went a little aggressive there, so you were like right with them. You could have played that ring 2 perfectly from there to make sure you had the cross shots and the cross angles and stuff like that. But being aggressive here, getting in their base, trying to do disruption, it's a really good thought process. But you don't know what's behind you right now, and that's like the bad thing. Because right now, if I could see where you guys all were, if I can, maybe if I go to first person, your teammate's dead here. this teammate's over here. He's not in their base, so he's not blocking. These spawns are open. You're an armory, but they could still spawn below you. That's kind of how the spawn system works. And it looks like your other teammate is back over here somewhere, so he might be bottom armory. So that might actually be what saves you here on the spawn. But we didn't check. We just didn't check like where we're going to the left or anything like that. Okay. All right, so we're dead. They're pushing the bomb out in the middle. I'm watching it, and then watching it going this way. Now that I know that they're going this way, I'm looking to see what my teammates are doing. I can see him here. The one guy's dead, so he's on respawn. Looks like he's going to play bottom mid, and looks like he's going to cross over the courtyard and go bottom mid here to this little angle here. But you know that they're going to be pushing into our armory from over here. So hopefully what I would be doing is I would be setting up in our armory, and I would be raining down fire to make sure they're not getting into anything. So at this point would be a good time to grab that BR or something like that off the spawn. So let's see what's going on here. Oh, overshield's up. Good fights. Good fights. Good fights. That was actually a good fight. I didn't see that the overshield was coming up. You noticed it right off the bat, which was awesome. And you went to help your team and you went to help fight it. It just didn't work out that way, but now they're 2 dead, and you got some good damage on OS. Like, not terrible. It was a good play. But still dead. So we're gonna look. Teammates over there. He's got the bomb. So looks like they killed pretty much everyone that was going for that push over there. They all collapsed on overshield, and that was a good wipe. That was a good even wipe. You got a teammate right here in armory. So right now I'd be thinking I want middle map control, because middle map control is really important on this map. You know they're 3 dead. You know you're 2 dead. So I'd be checking the kill feed, make sure we're up. You know he's got overshield over here, and it looks like he's going to that left side of the map. But he's probably going to start coming back to try and find this bomb guy. And yeah, that's exactly what he's doing now. He's going back to find the bomb guy, and he's going to kick his ass. So he went the back route. He started arming the bomb before any of you guys were in position. This guy needs to push further out. He can play bridge here and push a little bit further out. When he takes damage, he needs to retreat back up here into armory. This guy right here is ring 2, so what I want you to do, because he's playing middle ring 2, what I want you to do and what I want you to see from you is you to play this little spot right here against this wall, and then if you're clear, to rotate over to tower, because it looks like this guy's going to push forward. So your rotate to tower is depending on what this guy right here is doing. So you want to push up to this wall. If this guy rotates back to tower, you're good to go. But if this guy pushes out to the open area for free and just dies, then I want you to rotate over to tower when it's clear. But to play this ring 2 area is what I'd be doing right now. Alright, good shots. Good finish, good finish. Okay. A little aggressive here. A little aggressive here. You didn't have to leave your power position. That's all I need to say there is you didn't have to leave your power positions. This guy is stuck right here. This guy's stuck. He ain't going anywhere. And if he comes out or he challenges, you have this entire angle to see what he's going to do. And from ring 2, you'd have been perfect. But because you jumped out to chase this kill, the guy who was running the bomb is going to have a free kill right here. And that guy that you were chasing down here ended up being the one that was killing you. So not a bad play. You played immediately perfect, and then it looks like you just got a little aggressive there. So I mean, totally fair. I hope I'm not being overly critical. Like, I know I'm sounding like I'm not trying to be overly critical. I'm just trying to talk as fast as I can to make sure this video is as short as it possibly can. So if it does sound like I'm being overly critical, I'm very sorry. But I'm just trying to talk as fast as I can and try and get as much information as I possibly can. So that way, if you watch this, you can slow it down and be like, okay, well, this is kind of what he's saying, kind of what he means. But I mean, you've got great gun skills. Like you've got great gun skills so far. It's looking really good. You know, you got shot from this area. So just to go back to it real quick. You know, you got shot from this area. So you know, there's people over here. Right now, there's nobody on your death cam. So I would be cycling through my teammates. Fleef, this guy's on your team, and he looks like he is on the snipe hut stairs. He's in armory stairs. No, he's where he looks like he's over here. You got this guy in armory. And that guy's dead. I don't think this is your teammate. And then here's your other guy. So here's this guy right here. So you've got 3 people in your base right now, and you've got 2. You know they're pushing from Snipe Tower. So you know they're pushing from Snipe Tower. You've got your team locked up in your base here. So we're going to go back to your body here, and we're going to play on this. So what we need to be doing right now is defense. I kind of figured this is where we're going to spawn because of the way your teammate was. You had the guy on the flag. You had the guy over here. You spawn in spiral. Excuse me. You know they're coming from snipe side. So right now, until we get the picks, till we find that bomb, I want to play the fudge out of this spiral setup into armory and stuff like that. Again, I like using the BR for this exact purpose because you can get some good range shots for descope and everything else like that. But let's see what you do here. Go up, get some angles. You see your teammate over there on the other side of the map.
Stand by. Power weapons.
Good C, good C. Good C, good C. Okay. Good shit, good shit. Good live. Ooh. Yeah, that's right. Don't let him. Alright, chuck this off the map. Hell yeah. Oh! Hell yeah. Good play. Good play. Alright. Back to offense. Back to offense. Okay, so I'm gonna look here in first person. See what you do here in first person. See what you can see. Okay, so here. Perfect opportunity. You can see all 3 of your teammates in front of you. Great. Right? So now get your shield up because you've got all 3 of your teammates in front of you. Get your shield up and get ready to push. Okay? Because you just reset that bomb. Now you need map control again. So they're in your base. You just wiped them out of your base. You've got your teammates in front of you. Get your shield and reestablish your dominance on the map. The only thing different that I would have done, and this would have been a bad play on my part, what you did was actually what should have been done. But you were a little aggressive on the push. But I'm a slower player, so like I would have stayed at ring 2 to make sure I got the death, and then I would have been shooting over from here from ring 2 because I wouldn't have wanted to lose that top map control. What you did ended up working out perfectly. So you know, and who knows, you could have got shot from the back with their push and everything else like that. So like that would have been the only thing different. I would have stayed ring 2 and waited for that guy to push to the bomb site, and then I would have completely melted him. Especially after your teammate died, I understand the aggression to be like, oh no, let's get these guys out of here. You had an awesome live with a repulse, like it was great, great life. So here's shots underneath you. So you know there's a guy down there somewhere. Got him. Good team push right there. Good team push right there. Good backup. Good re-rotate. Good re-rotate. Okay. The second you heard that bomb taken, you should have just stopped right here at the door because you knew where they were coming from. Just a little aggressive on the sprint. I don't sprint very often, especially when I know there's going to be people. You saw those guys going bottom mid from this little angle you had over here on the stairs. So you knew that they were going to be here. So there was kind of no reason to sprint around this corner. But you could have walked like and been like right here, and you saw what this guy was doing. This guy was coming, and you had his back for free. And as soon as you heard the bomb taken, you would have known that they're coming either from somewhere down. They're somewhere down here, and I'm assuming as soon as you heard the bomb taken, you just assumed they were in the middle, which is why you kind of overly aggress pushing. But at the same time, you had the power position in the high ground. So if you would have played this corner, you could have seen what they were doing. This guy would have walked right into your back smack, and he would have been an easy kill. And then you just got to worry about the bomb guy, and all you got to do is snoop him out, and you just do a quick look down here. You don't see him, then you know he's coming out right here, or he's going ring 2, and you just kind of rotate here and you play that like that. Okay. So this guy's gonna get cleaned up by your teammate. You're looking over here. This guy's in their armory for some reason. Um, and I don't see your third teammate. It looks like he's in your armory. If I can get it. Yeah, he looks like he's center of the map. So this guy's going to get cleaned up for sure. He's going to be watching the center of the bomb. You're probably either going to spawn. This is where it's super free right now. So I'm assuming based off where they're at, you probably going to spawn in Snipe Tower, or you're going to spawn back here towards Spiral like you just were. That guy gets cleaned up. The little beatdown war right there. That guy's dead now. 2 dead. Guy, oh, yep, see that guy that pushed over. At last second, you can see a guy pushed over to your bottom armory. So that's why you spawned here. That little last second where that guy pushed in the bottom armory, you would have spawned in bottom tower over here, but that's why you spawn over here. They're over on this side of the map. You spawn here. That makes sense. This true beast guy right here, if I'm looking at your first person, you got the bomb guy right here. That guy over here that I called out in armory, I was like, why is he over here? He's going to die. There's his dead body right there. And then here's the bomb guy right here. He's going to rotate that up. You know they're 2 dead, and you're up now. So it's 3 on 2. I didn't check the kill feed to see if there's anything else. That's something you want to watch too. If you're dead, just watch the kill feed too. I haven't been watching it because I've been just kind of watching, but so yeah, you kind of know like what you want to do. What I want to see you do now is I want to see you take this bridge. You don't really have time to get the high ground because 2 things are going on right now. A, your teammate is pushing the bomb. B, this teammate is pushing OS. So with a 1-man advantage at least, I want to see this teammate throw out the bomb. I want to see him wrap to this window to where the bombs, we know where the bomb's at. So I want to see him wrap back to this window. I want to see you go and push that corner that I was telling you about for off the start. And I want to see your teammate push up to their little corner here and just hide and be a nuisance while you take and bait the camo. So I want you to be in this corner baiting them in to the overshield. I want him hiding in this corner so then when they come in, you fuck them up or he fucks them up. And I want to see him in the window trying to rain down fire if it need be, because you guys know you have the advantage. Okay, so now you know that guy's there. He's backing up your buddy. Good kill. Good kill. You chase this guy in there, and that was exactly what you do. I even completely forgot in the description about the guy that was in the armory, and I should have anticipated that he was going to come up behind your teammate. I feel like with 5 seconds left, your teammate was a little aggressive on the overshield. He probably could have played it back a little bit, and then he would have had it, and that guy would have completely exposed himself to him, and the 2 of you could have beaten him, and there wouldn't be a trade here for OS. Your teammate that was running the bomb, he's now dead. So now you're down. So what your advantage was, we're down. I do this shit all the time. Think about it. What? Where'd that nade come from? Dude, no way. That's just unfortunate. I do that all the time. It's alright. It's no big deal. So they picked. It looks like they picked up the bomb. They're gonna move it to here. He picked up overshield for you, and good to go. All right. So you knew you had 2 guys here. The other guy's gonna respawn. He's in a fight right now. These 2 are together, and you know they have overshield. So your job right now, off spawn, is helping this guy over here to your left. Good job. He's dead. You need to be looking right now. So he's here. He's got the bomb. But your right side is completely open. So you could be making forward progress on the map to free up his run right now. You could be pushing ring 2 to free up his run. So he's going to throw it off. Okay. Yeah, you could have already been here and you would have seen this guy right here. Like if you were already here, or you were ring 2, you would have seen this guy right here already on the cross. So I wanna see how this plays out.
Objective incoming.
Okay, so yeah, you looks like you have no idea that guy's there.
Objective
We had a fight there. He didn't see you, now he sees you. And now you're kind of stuck here. So now you're kind of stuck here. You didn't have to leave tower. You could have stayed tower for a while. You didn't have to get over aggressive with this because the bomb's not on their side of the map, so you don't need to be pressuring the response right now. Now you gotta win this one, down a shot. And that was just unfortunate. So, alright, so I want to actually back that up just a wee bit here. I want to see what happens. So you're over here, and it looks like you're over here solo. So I'm assuming your thought process is to stop them from pushing forward in the map and try and get some kills before they can get to kind of your side, and then you can start setting up in their side to try and get some spawn kills. The only problem with that is you don't know what the count is. Like you don't know like what the count is for bodies, like, and you might know that, but you could have stayed in tower easily in this life. You could have easily stayed in tower, and you would have known exactly where that guy was, so that would have been a free kill. And when they pick up the bomb there, you'd have been already in tower to kill that little push that they've got there. So, that's just, that's what it is. There, it's just an unfortunate life. You had some good stuff. You helped the teammate out, and then I would have rotated tower, and I would have lived in tower a little bit more. Like I said, if you'd have been in tower, you probably could have saw this guy here because he cut across here to hide in this corner, and that's what he was doing, was hiding in this corner, waiting for you guys to cross there. And if you'd have stayed in tower, you'd have had free shots here. This guy would have had to put in some work to kill you, but you got a little bit aggressive. I'm assuming this teammate pushing down here, you were like, okay, there's 2 of us here, so we can go here. But in this one, I wouldn't even be worried about your death cam. I would be looking to see where my teammates are. Flea Throw is one of your teammates. Looks like he's in a gunfight with that guy. Looks like your other teammate's here. You know your other teammate's dead. So you know that they've got the bomb. They're pushing your base. So let's go back to your kill feed right now. You know that guy's going. Looks like he's running towards bottom of your bridge.
Bomb taken.
Okay. Alright, so from your death cam, we learned the guy's probably pushing down here. You're clear on the right. You know that guy just got killed. What happened to your guy ring 3? I don't see your guy ring 3. I'm assuming he chased this. No, it was Flea. Flea Throw's right here. Okay, so Flea Throw rotated from ring 3 over here all the way over here. True Beast was the guy that was here on your flag, and he rotated over here, and it looks like he got killed, and he probably got killed by that guy that killed you bottom mid. That would be my guess. And now your other teammate who died with you is now up on spawn. So you've got one guy in front of you. You've got one guy over here to your right. Bombs right here in the middle of your bridge. What I would be doing right now is fighting for map control and map knowledge. Because we didn't really see where anybody else was on that life. We kind of got stuck in bottom of their base right now, and we don't really see where they are with their life and anything like that. So, got a guy there. Checking your right a little bit. Nice. Pushing it. There, you get shot in the back. That's unfortunate. I would have done a little more thorough check on the right, but it is what it is. You want to move the bomb forward. You want to get it out of your side of the base. It's okay, and I'm going to say this when it comes to bomb. A lot of people don't know this when it comes to bomb, but it's okay to let the bomb sit there until you guys have the advantage to push that bomb up. A lot of players, they think they need to constantly be rotating with the ball, or they need to constantly be pushing the ball, or anything else like that. It's okay to get slays, move the bomb forward a little bit, get more slays, move the bomb forward a little bit, so that way you're pinching away at map control, and you're forcing them where you want them to be. Because right now it's kind of chaos. You got a guy shooting you in the back. You're going to have this guy right here shooting you in the face. Your teammate just dipped out on you over here. It looks like Flea died up here. So it looks like you're going to die for free. And it looks like you're 3 down right now. Looks like you're 3 down right now. They have easy bomb access. You're 1, 2. You got one guy on respawn, and he's about to get melted. If he survives that, I would be very impressed. But you can kind of see where he's at, and then it looks like your other guy respawned over here in Spiral. And it looks like he's gonna aggressively push here instead of getting like any kind of map dominance. Because right now you guys are gonna kind of getting caked here.
Carrier kill.
Here he comes, pushing right at it. Wins the fight. Okay, so you spawn Spiral, like bottom Spiral. You know that they're heavy on this side of the map. You can stay here. Check this area as soon as you walk out. And exactly what I want you to see. I want to see you do here. I want you to check this side right here. I want you to play this corner. I want you to see how that fight goes down over here. And then I want you to go top armory to make sure we're getting that bomb and make sure all the cross shots and everything are taken care of.
Bomb taken. Bomb
Bomb's off the map. Okay. Why I said that, why I said I wanted to see you stay here, is because now this entire side of the map is open. Your whole team is over here in this little corner. You know they were coming from here, but your whole team is over here in this little corner now, and this entire side of the map is completely open. I know there was like 3 people over here, but if they pushed into the center, you'd be getting shot in the back right now. Your whole team is kind of in this little corner, and you guys would be having a really rough time. And they could have potentially capitalized on just a complete spawn, like a complete spawn trap. So, you know. Okay. Good trade. Good trade. Teammates alive here. Teammates in tower. Teammate died here on a trade. Teammates in tower, and you are 3 dead. So now your teammate's on their side of the map. I don't see who he's fighting. It looks like he might have won his fight. You can rotate. You see you got a guy spawning from your 3 down. You've got the guy spawning right now in your snipe. This guy looks like he's going to aggressively push over here. You're going to spawn in snipe now, so I want you to play this back row of the map in order to make sure we're getting like any kind of spawn. Depending on what this guy does. If this guy goes and plays the back row of the map, I want to see you play like this little area and watching ring 2, trying to get your shots into this corner. Or if this guy dies, I want you to be like here and making sure nobody's coming in to like play out of this position. The snipe tower is one of the hardest positions to play out of, because if you don't have this side of the map controlled, this armory side of the map or ring 3 controlled, they can just continuously rain down fire on your spawn and you can't get out of it. So here you go. Your teammate played over there, so you play the back side of the map. Good job. You know the guy's somewhere, but you didn't find him. Snipe's coming up.
Power items incoming.
Okay. This guy out of your armory and get it. Fight going on behind you. Good reaction. You're the only one alive.
Power items have
Oh. You didn't have to pick up the bomb there. Especially being one shot, you didn't have to pick the bomb there. You could have hid just a little bit better. You killed that guy in armory, which was good. That was a man down. Then you beat another guy down. You saw this guy in ring 2. So you know that's 1, 2, 3. Now you got to find that 4th guy. And the second you picked up that bomb, he knew exactly where you were. And that's why you got that kind of cheeky back shots into you, because he knew exactly where you were. If you'd have like hit this corner, you maybe were able to trade down a beatdown, possibly, potentially. You know, you could probably maybe lived here, ran around this corner, try and like reflank him or something like that. But not bad, not terrible.
Bomb taken. Bomb army.
Seeing that nade would have killed him. If you could have traded a beatdown here with him in the corner on the stairs, that grenade would have killed him. And this bomb would have been stopped. That guy who's now pushing to fight your teammate here, This guy right here is pushing to fight your teammate now. He would have had to come back, and this guy right here would have had to. This guy right here would have had to push further into it, and you still would have had these two teammates to collapse on here to take care of the bomb. That's flea throw coming back. And the other guy was all the way over ring 2, so you guys would have stopped that. Get this guy out of your base, good stuff. Now he's dead. You see the trade, pick up the snipe. Alright. Check the corners. Nice shot. Good switch to the bandit to finish. Okay, he knows where you are now. You know where their sniper's at. You have that ring 2. One shot. That one's your one shot. You're standing out in the middle of the lane. You know, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. No big deal on that life, but now the power weapon's down. So that's something to be watching on respawn. This guy's standing in their snipe, you know that, so you're probably gonna be spawning in armory. You know the sniper's over in armory side because you saw your teammate here just die. So we gotta find the bomb because it looks like they picked it up. So on respawn we gotta find the bomb, and then we've gotta find what's going on the map. He picked up the snipe, so now you know they have 2 snipers. They're arming. You're not gonna be able to get back that, so that's gonna be a plan. And you spawned. Oh, you spawned. Wow. Okay. So with all your teammates over here, and you spawning here, that means someone's over here. And there he is, right there. He's about to get a back flank on this guy right here. So they already planted the bomb. So now you want to kind of get them out of your base. And I say it a lot, but high ground, high ground, high ground. You got 3 guys in your base right now. Take care of whoever's left in here. So try and get some high ground support. If you're going to play this position here, make sure you're looking at your teammates so this right here doesn't happen. So that's what I'm hoping to see is you see this guy coming up and you get the team shots on this guy so he doesn't get killed for free. Oh, heard the shots above you though. Good shot. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. You heard the shots above you and you re-challenge that guy that took your sniper. Good play. Got your snipe back. Push up on the map. Live here. Live here. Live here. Find him. Live there. Okay. Got a guy there, bottom tower. So snipe on your back. Nice shot. Nice shot. He's coming right behind you. Just strip slide. Alright. I would have played that from ring 3. You could have lived in tower a little bit longer. To make sure that they weren't going to be pushing from bottom tower, and you saw that when you were jumping over, you seen that the guy was bottom tower, so I probably would have lived here in tower a little bit longer. Make sure I had clean shots. You've got the power weapon, you've got the power in your hand, and you can obviously hit your shots. So you want to play ego, play that ego. Hit in a spot to where you can hit your shots. It looks like you're a very aggressive player though, so in my mind, start playing your exit routes and stuff like that. Playing from open like that, it's gonna get you killed. 9 times out of 10. You make sure you have exit routes and coverage fired and stuff like that. And you just gave them the sniper too. So you had a few shots left, and I didn't see how many shots you had left or how many shots were taken and everything like that. So, but you just gave them some snipe control, and then your teammates who are pushing in are now got to fight a sniper over in your armory as they kind of try and push over across the map. So there he goes right there. Thankfully, he's going right to ring 3, so he's going to try and ring whatever you got going on here. Looks like you're just kind of chilling. Overshield's coming up. Nice kill. There's the bomb. You know he's going to your right. You just reach out there. Good kill. Third guy. Get him. Oh, I thought you had that. That was a good fight. That was good damage. Good damage. Teammates should be able to clean that up. That's 3 dead. 3 dead. You got 2 teammates over there. Off respawn, just from looking at it. Hopefully you spawn armory with them. Yep, there's the guy in sniper. So this is the guy that was ring 3 with the sniper. So here's your sniper right here. your teammate is spawning back at the base because he's in your tower and you weren't in armory yet. That guy was in armory, so he spawned back base. Here's your sniper rifle. Here's the 2 people on the obvious indicator of where they could be.
Bomb taken.
Sniped in the face.
Bomb dropped.
Okay, so you just watch that guy get sniped in the face. Pushing him. Good. Get him out.
Bomb
You had nades. Could have thrown him off his game a little bit with nades.
carrier.
You could have stayed in tower because you got your whole team here. You had perfect shots from tower,
Bomb
and you had teammate help there, so you could have stayed tower. Good push. Good push. Good teamwork. Good toss. Good toss.
bomb read.
That snipe is still down here.
Objective in.
I don't know if you saw that, but that snipe dropped when you beat that guy down. That snipe dropped, so that you still had snipe bullets on the ground over here. I understand you prioritized the bomb, and you probably forgot about the snipe, but like I said, you could have stayed and lived in tower a little bit. You had angles on those guys in the bomb in the hill, and now as you're re-challenging, they're already on this side of the map too. So now you got to fight these guys as they're already pushing over to the side of the map. It looks like you're gonna push down. Looks like you're dropping here to fight this guy. You got a good ping on him. Halo Infinite B down. That's unfortunate. And then you just got killed by that other guy. Could have easily got that kill standing in tower. You might have fell. That's kind of what it looks like. I fall from there a lot too, so no big deal.
The objective.
And then you just kind of got roasted there
Bomb
by
taken.
that other guy. Snipes up in like 6 seconds. Your teammate's by himself over here. You probably could have waited because he was going to die. And you probably could have waited for that snipe, especially with your shot. I would have played power weapon a little better. Challenge this guy for the snipe kill. I respect it, but you could have been easily like worked as you ran straight out because you didn't check your left here. So you didn't really check your left. You saw the sniper and you're like, I'm pushing. I got this. And I get it with your gunfight, with your gun skills. Like, I get it. I understand. You got that guy dead, and you didn't even pick up the sniper. So you fought the guy who had sniper. You pushed him hard and aggressive, and then you didn't pick up the sniper. Like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, I get it. I get it. You know, they're in your base with the bomb and stuff. You know, you're prioritizing a lot of stuff. But, like, you egoed that guy for sniper, man. You better get that sniper and rip some faces, dude. Like, so, we come back. You didn't check your spiral. Checking it now. Got the kill. Good stuff. Get your shield. Good stuff. Just push your teammate. They got shots. Them shots. And you just got sniped in the back. If you had that sniper on your back, I can't find my mouse. I can't find my mouse. If you had that sniper in your back pocket, you wouldn't have got sniped there. I'm just gonna say. You full blown ego that dude for that snipe. And you had that snipe, it wouldn't happen. And you got an easy kill right there, because I know I've seen your shot. Like, you would have easily killed that guy there at ring 3. And your teammate, looks like your teammate didn't get him out, because that guy in ring 3, I think, killed him. You just got sniped in the back. Your teammate's all spawning in snipe tower over here. And that back snipe spawn. This guy over here is going to probably rain down fire on your teammates and get some easy one-shots. And I'm assuming that, because it looks like that guy's over here hiding. Here's the other guy right here, chilling. Here comes the nades.
Bomb
Okay, alright, so just real quick, you've seen your teammates all nading to that snipe tower, and it doesn't look like you checked it. You looking to like fight these guys. I'm assuming you saw these guys over here, so you were like, I'm gonna fight these guys, and then you hear the bomb arming, but now you're in the middle. You could have played this little left pillar right here, maybe, to make sure you didn't get shot from this guy where you're trying to shoot this guy, but it is what it is. Roasted him, straight roasted him. Good shots. And then this guy is arming. I'm assuming the beatdown is what you're going for. Try and get him one shot. But that beatdown's faster, so you might completely miss this beatdown. Yeah. That's the game. Not bad. I'm gonna be honest, not bad. Your shot's really good. In all honesty, your shot's really good. You can play a little bit slower. You can check like your angles and stuff a little bit better your map awareness and your map presence. You can be a little stronger. There's only, in all honesty, the 2 times that you died in the center here are the 2 times. The one time where you died here in the center, the bottom of their base, chasing over pushing here to tower and then rotating over here. That time and the initial push right here, where you just jumped out in the middle and you go challenging right there. That are like the 2 like red flags that I see. So, like I said, like halfway through, if it sounds like I'm being negative, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just, you know, just talking kind of through like how my thought process and stuff works. So I'm sorry if it came out negative. I just realized that I turned like a 10-minute and 40-second video into like 50 minutes. So I'm sorry. I hope this is helpful. I hope this is kind of like a good breakdown or something like that. If we can link up, if you enjoy this and we can link up, we can play some games together, and then I can kind of show you like, you know, some stuff like through theater and stuff like that, or I can hit you up on Discord. Or if you like this, just let me know. I hope you watch this. I hope you took some stuff from it. If you have lots of questions, just ask. We can go over it in Discord too. So just whatever. But yeah, like I said, the takeaways: you're a great shot. When you play the power positions, play those power positions because you can obviously hit your snipe shots. You can obviously win your 1v1s. Doesn't look like you got into many 1v1s, but the ones you did get into, looks like you won. So, but just a little map awareness, little angles and stuff. And that's why I kind of want to cover this one, because this one's a hard one. This map's really hard. It's really throwing a lot of people off. And Assault's another reason too. Like Assault Bomb is really throwing people off. So, good games, man. But that's kind of my breakdown for right now. So I'm going to try and get this loaded up on YouTube for you in a private server so you can kind of check it out. All right, peace.